afternoon and welcome back to episode 12 of StBTV.
Yeah, welcome back. Well, we took a brief little break from our YouTube careers to actually run the day-to-day operations of the club. So here we are back with episode 12.
So we wanted to start off today's episode by talking a little bit about the province's Restoring Services Phase 3, which is going to start this coming Sunday, June the 21st. So what that means for our operations, I think that most of you have kind of read and know that is, they are permitting restaurants to go back to 100% of their usual business capacity. So I wanted to explain to you what that's going to mean for us here at St. B. It's great. The restaurant is licensed for 52 people. Unfortunately, one of the conditions of going up to 100% is that we still have to maintain that 6 feet distance or barrier between tables. So our options would be either be putting up permanent dividers between the tables, which doesn't really make sense in our situation. So we are going to be a little bit more restricted than 100%, but we're going to do our best to add a couple more tables back in there for Sunday morning. We know it's Father's Day and lots of you are planning on coming out for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, as well as a couple more tables on the upper deck and the lower patio. So we are hoping to add, about 20 more seats throughout our food and beverage services.
Awesome. So now I did notice that the Chief Public Health Officer was a little more adamant about ensuring that people weren't standing around in restaurants and on patios.
Yeah,
so
that's something that we have struggled, and I think every food and beverage establishment has had their challenges with during this time. Is when you go to a restaurant, especially in a club setting, people want to mingle with each other and get up and talk to the table beside them, and they can't join tables at this time. So. But he has reiterated the importance of, when you're in a dining room establishment, whether it's the patio or the restaurant, that you need to, come in, take your seat, and then stay in your seat unless you're, getting up to use the washroom. We got to keep those pathways between the tables clear for everybody's safety.
Yep, awesome. Okay. So again, and with regards to that, we do appreciate your patience and cooperation with that. I mean, we get it. It's going on quite a long time of all this talk about the pandemic and COVID-19 and all that stuff. But we didn't create it, and we're just coping with what we have to do. So please understand that, and we appreciate that. With regards to the golf course side of it, so we have a little bit of a reprieve starting on Sunday. We can now use the power carts as shared power carts and with no dividers.
So you can roll them up.
So actually, we're going to take them right off, so you don't have to roll them up. Actually, so but in the event that we need them in the future, or if somebody is uncomfortable and wants that divider there, or doesn't like their riding partner, they can always have the divider right in there. So we'll put it back in.
We're going to be taking suggestions through email of what we could do with those dividers.
Yeah, if you don't want to really talk to your riding partner, let us know. We'll do it privately.
Do you know a seamstress that could maybe mend them together, and we could put barriers between the restaurant tables?
Anyway, idea. That might be our $1 million idea. I don't know. Now, as far as the golf course goes, so starting tomorrow, we are actually going to get rid of the cup covers, and we're going to go to the next phase for us, which is going to be like a PVC pipe in the bottom of the hole, which is actually going to allow the ball to fall into the hole, but it'll probably only go a couple inches in, so there will be no more guesswork as far as whether a ball went in the hole or not. So we've kind of experimented, try to talk to other golf courses. We found that the best one, with the best reviews, I guess, is that this PVC pipe will suspend the ball up, high enough for you to just reach in and grab it. So you won't have the ball bouncing out as much. Now, that being said, it still may bounce out. However, that's the rub of the green, so to speak. So if it bounces out, it didn't go in. So if it falls out with this one, then it really didn't go in. So all you hole-in-one asterisk people, this should solve your problem. So so now just to recap where we're at. So the flag rule is in place. It's going to stay in place. I can't see it changing for the year. So don't anticipate that you're going to be able to take the flag out anytime soon. That's going to stay there. The bunker rakes are probably not going to come out for the rest of the year, and especially not the water coolers will be absolutely off the table. All those things that we've kind of, I guess, maybe grown accustomed to at this point, those probably won't be coming back, and more than likely, foursomes will stay as the capacity. So as the max per group.
But I think as we enter phase 3, we're in a pretty good position, and I feel like the club is starting to get back to some sense of normalcy around here. The locker rooms are open, the shower service has resumed. At this time, we do ask that you bring your own towel and your own
So-
shower caddy or
yeah.
whatever amenities you want for the shower services, but the service itself is there, as well as the fitness room is available. However, we are restricting it to one person at a time for the time being, and that's, you know, for everybody's safety. What else we got going on?
Yeah, the only other thing, so I'll make a comment, is our membership, our golf membership, our active membership is unbelievable at making sure that they take their sand and seed bottles out and fill all the sand divots on the golf course. They're fantastic at it, and it's amazing. No other golf course does it like the way you guys do, so good job on there. However, like every other golf course, the biggest problem that we have right now is that not many of you are fixing your ball marks on the green. So whether you're a junior, a senior, a avid golfer that plays 4 times a week or just once a week guy, everybody should have a divot tool, and you should try to fix yours and one more every time you step on a green. It takes you 5 seconds per green to do it. And again, in the long haul, what it does, it really just improves the quality of the greens and the rolls. So when you make a putt, if your ball's tracking to the green and it bumps something offline and it's a ball mark, it drives you crazy when people don't fix it. So lead by example, fix a couple extra ball marks. That's my main thing.
Okay, and my next piece of exciting advice, I know many people are going to appreciate this, is we are putting hard alcohol liquor service back on the carts. So that is going to resume on Friday the 26th. So next Friday, the 26th of June. So as soon as we're able to sell alcohol, 9 a.m. I believe is our licensing, we will have hard alcohol back on the carts. So I know some people are going to appreciate that. And that being said, right after that is our opening weekend.
Days, yeah. So that was going to be my next announcement. So don't forget, men's opening day is Saturday, June 27th. It's a noon shotgun. So we got a bit of a different format this year. I'm quite excited about it. It's going to be pretty cool. And even I've mentioned it to a couple other golf pros, and they were like, "Wow, what a great idea!" So instead of having the formal dinner after, because we're restricted by our numbers, we are going to eat throughout the day on the golf course. So we're going to have 4 food stations. Chef Ian and Carla.
We're going to be out there on the course with you. We're going to be pairing it with cocktails and having some fun.
So it's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. But please make sure you sign up in the Pro Shop. Sign up, or go on the.
Yes, we're adding links to the emails.
So you can actually just click and say, "Put me in," and you're in. And then on Sunday we have our ladies opening day, which is a noon modified shotgun. So again, sign up in the Pro Shop. And then our juniors, which was actually previously a 1 o'clock start. Because we're getting so many kids, and we have so many kids now who are members here, we're going to start the tee times at 12:30. So keep an eye out. We will send those tee times for the juniors out on Saturday late afternoon at some point.
And of course, both juniors and ladies are also getting food service. Because our numbers for those gatherings are a little bit smaller, we're able to go ahead with the traditional post-round dinner and prizes in the banquet room for the ladies, and the juniors are going to be on the patio.
Yep.
So timing worked out perfectly.
Absolutely.
We can handle both in one day.
Yep. And the only other reminder is it's Father's Day weekend. So everything in the Pro Shop right now, everything is 20% off. So any in-stock item that you're going to buy over the next few days, remember, Dad would give you the shirt off his back. So why don't you replace it with another shirt that you can buy from the Pro Shop?
You know, and if it's not a shirt, I walked through there today and I noticed a few cool things. You've got some Under Armour sandals or slide, those look like a good gift for Dad too.
Yeah, we got some Under Armour slides. We have Under Armour men's underwear. So
Something for everyone.
Everybody needs a pair of gifts, right?
I think that's it for the news. One last piece of information that we do want to share with you, something that we haven't really talked about over the last couple of weeks, but our annual general meeting from 2019 that would traditionally take place would have happened in April this year. Unfortunately, because of the indoor gathering sizes, we were prohibited from doing so, but we haven't forgotten, and that does have to take place. So the board of directors would like us to share with you that we are preparing to do something as soon as the number goes up to 100, which we're projecting for phase 4 at this point. Late July, early August. So we have a couple tentative dates for that in the calendar at the end of July, beginning of August. And as soon as we get that go ahead for, a reasonable group size inside, we are going to put that out, and we will be hosting our annual general meeting.
Perfect. Awesome. Other than that, again, we're off to a great start, I think, for the year. The weather's been sort of semi-cooperating.
It's
beautiful today, and I think, I know maybe this weekend doesn't look great, but all next week looks fantastic. So hopefully we'll see everybody out on the golf course.
See you soon.
Thanks. Okay, here we are. We're in the practice bunker out next to the 17th green. So after our last little episode where we did some putting and chipping, we combed through the thousands of emails, and most of them were requesting a little help with their sand play. Okay, so hitting a sand shot is entirely different than a normal shot around the green or putting or even a full shot. Okay, so it's a lesson in itself. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of quick, easy tips that you can work on, that you can practice to help get better out of the sand. Okay, so first off, and most importantly, on short shots, your golf ball is always going to go where your club face is aimed. So the first thing we want to do after we take our grip is we always want to make sure we aim the club face right at your target, or down your target line. As you can see here, I've got an alignment stick that's aimed at my target, which is the flag in this particular case. Okay, so the first thing I do is I always make sure when I'm practicing, I like the visual aid. Okay, so I see that alignment stick that allows me to see where I'm aimed. Now I put my club face so it's perpendicular to that. Okay, so what I do now when I'm practicing, I'm gonna ground my club and try some different things, which you can't do in the bunker when you're actually in play. Because what we're gonna do once we start to practice, when we make contact with the ball, we're going to be making contact actually about 1 to 2 inches behind the golf ball. So I'm going to draw a line there just to kind of give myself sort of a target to look at. Okay, so once my golf ball is in the right spot and I aim my club face down my target line, that's the first step. So the next step, where in a normal shot I would square my feet up and they would be parallel to my target line, in a sand shot it's entirely different. So what we're looking for as right-handers, we open up our body to about 30 degrees open. Okay, so I'm going to take my other alignment stick and kind of put it down where my feet, the alignment that my feet would be on. Now as a lefty, obviously lefties would open their body the other way, it would be 30 degrees to the other side. Okay, so now all the while, once we open up our body line, my club face still has to stay aimed at my target. Okay, because as I said, the ball will always go where your club face is aimed on short shots. So now I'm going to get Carly just to zoom right in on the club here. Sand wedges are made with a bounce on the bottom of the club. So when we put the club aimed at the target, that bounce here, this is the part that skips off the sand. Okay, so that's the part that we're going to use to help us get better out of the sand. Okay, so once we aim our club face at the target, open our body up, we dig our feet in just to keep our lower body nice and stable and secure. We're going to get a little bit more weight on our front foot. Okay, so what that does, it anchors your weight, and it makes your swing a little steeper, so you come into the ball just a little bit more for the vertical blow, and it actually helps propel the ball out of the sand. The most important part of the sand shot, and this is the most critical part, is when you are making contact with the ball and beyond, it's important that your hands and your club head keep moving through the sand. If they stop, okay, I'm going to hit a bad one on purpose, but if you stop like this, it doesn't get out very far. Okay, in fact, in most cases, if we were in a bunker on the course that have a bit of a lip, it'd probably hit the lip and stay in. Okay, so as you can see there, when I hit, my club just stopped moving. Okay, so on this next one, first we'll walk right through the process. I aim my club face at the target, I open my body up, and I get a little bit more weight on my front foot. For me, it's my left foot. For you lefties, it's your right foot. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to swing down my body line, not my target line. Okay, so my body's opened, so I'm going to keep my club just moving right down my body line. My club face is aimed at my target, so all I'm going to do now is keep my club. See how my club kept going? I got lucky and it actually went to about a foot away. Trust me. Okay, now if you ever get into a situation, so that's how to hit just a standard bunker shot. Okay, if you ever get into a situation where you're in a greenside bunker, so now we're going to zoom in on this golf ball and look how that is. That's what we call the old fried egg. Okay, so that ball's sitting down, it's in soft sand. If you ever want to learn how to get it out It's a little bit of a riskier shot, but it'll get out every time. So if we look at this, okay, it's sitting down very, very, very deep. So you take your setup, but now you're very, very square to your target, okay? So, except now instead of hitting a shot where our club face is kind of open, it's actually, we're gonna close it. So if you look at how my club face is actually gonna sit, it's gonna sit like this, okay? It's gonna look like I'm gonna hit it with the toe of the club. But what's really gonna happen is as I go into the sand, it's actually gonna dig in and open up, and it's gonna get the ball out. Now, I'm not gonna have the same control over where the golf ball goes once it hits the ground, because it's gonna have no spin on it and it's gonna release, it's gonna go. So if you have a lot of green to work with and you're plugged in a bunker like this, basically you're just gonna go like so. See, you don't have that control. I hit it too far, but at least it gets out and it digs in and it gets the ball out. So that is essentially how to play your bunker shots on a standard shot as well as a bit of a buried lie. So good luck with that. If you have any issues or concerns, or you want a little bit more in-depth or personal touch, come and see us in the pro shop. Thank you.